Oh, I need to adjust this thingamabobber. No, actually, it's already good. All right, cool. Let's turn that shiz up. Hello, everybody. Happy birthday to Super Smash Bros. Ultra freaking Mint, baby. I can hide that sidebar. And add me in. Are we good? Add me in. Yeah, okay, cool. Hello, everybody. Today we're gonna have some freaking fun. Let me mute this thingy. Loves Most is here. Howdy, girl. Hope you had a good weekend and your studies went well. I can certainly sympathize with that now. Yeah, we had a good time Saturday. It was cool. I think we should have restructured it because it did kind of drag a little bit. But what are we doing today? Well, we are celebrating the 2-year anniversary of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is one of my favorite games of all time. It really is. And as shitty like community practices Nintendo has been doing, I still want to have some fun with the community and just recognize that the game's great. You know, like just because like an artist does something bad, like I refuse to not recognize, you know, I really like that song, or I really like I refuse to let like my emotions tamper something that once made me happy. I mean, obviously it doesn't apply to everything, but anyways, I want to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate today because it's a game that brings people together, and it's like the biggest and most craziest roster I've ever seen in a video game. I would say the only thing that argues potentially is Fortnite, but that's not really, it's more skins than characters. And what are we gonna do today? Well, we're gonna have a tournament between all 8 of the post-release characters, and they're all gonna be CPUs, and we're gonna see which CPU character is the toughest. Once and for all, who's the toughest of the bunch? But also I would love to like chit chat during the stream and like, this is like part 2 of 3 of like, I know you might be tired of all the Smash stuff lately. It's to kind of celebrate the 2-year anniversary through multiple means, and this Saturday will be the big conclusion with me and a bunch of other YouTubers. But today should be a good time. And I do see Loves Most here. Brady joined, Gios joined. He's already kidding me with the questions. Did you see Attack on Titan season episode? Yes, I did. If you were subscribed to West Side Otaku, you would know that. But yeah, you can get my thoughts in that video, man. Brady's like dibs on Joker. Capone, Dark Flame Masters arrive. Hello, everybody. Loves Most, are we putting bets down? Yeah. So typically I like for everybody that joins to claim a character. That's what I typically like to do during these, and that usually leads to a good time, and you like see your character advance and lose or fall or rise and shit. So that usually makes it more engaging instead of just you rooting for someone. Because then everybody might just root for Joker or something. But I like everybody to claim dibs, like Brady. He shows up right away and is like, probably not gonna be here the whole time, but I want Joker. So, but let me pull this thingy up. Loves Most, I'm still doing a project, but this is gonna be interesting. The last one was real fun. Yeah, I love that we have the exact perfect number for this because, seriously, if we include Piranha Plant, there's exactly 8 characters. So, it's pretty neat. So we have Loves Most, Brady. I don't know if Gios wants in on this. Gios, do you want to take part in... I know you want to mostly just chat about media stuff. I don't know if you want to take part in this. So what we're doing, basically, if you don't know what we're doing, we're having a CPU tourney between the 8 DLC characters of Smash Bros. And these 8 characters are going to be portraying you, potentially. So, like, Brady keeps on calling dibs on Joker over and over, blah, blah, blah. Like, so in this CPU tournament, you are just betting on this horse race. You're betting on a horse race to see who wins the tournament. And it's like you're at a horse race and you're betting on Richard Jack to win or something. And you're hoping that he crosses the finish line first. That's basically what you're doing. You're picking a horse to represent you in this race. And so like Brady, he's already calling dibs on Joker. So I'll give you your boy, dude. You tried to claim it yesterday. So that's what we're doing today. If you'd like to partake in this, then let me know and put what DLC character you prefer, and I'm gonna put it as in the order of whoever put it in the chat. But hello, Brady, Loves Most, Capone, Gios, Steffi, Dragon. Everybody's hopping in now, guys. Thank you very, very much. So let's see. So if you would like to partake in this, then go for it. Even if you have to dip out, that's okay. We could just have somebody to like identify, you know, as that character. Loves Most, Brady, steal my husbando. I didn't hear about the Code Geass reveal yet, Geass. Let's see. Dragon 20 is here, I saw. Javion. I'm curious what he's gonna choose. Actually, I think I know what you're gonna choose. I'm gonna try to guess what you guys choose. I think I know for Javion, and that's it. But, Shadow is here as well. Hello, Shadow. So to show who we're talking about here, I guess I should show who the characters are. Okay, so come on, let me go, baby. Okay, so the 8 characters is Piranha Plant, Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, Byleth, Min Min, and Steve. And in fact, I can make this easier by just pulling up something on the screen here. Yeah, so these 8 folks, that's who you're picking from. Let me know who you want, and that's who you shall become. Because we're celebrating the 2nd anniversary of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, baby. And I will keep track. I don't want to cover the screen, actually. Okay. So anyways, let's see here. Bree says Poggers. I don't need the other characters, so I don't know the other characters, so I'll need the names. If you describe them, Loves Most, maybe I'll just go for that. Gios, not sorry, I don't have a game. It doesn't matter, Gios, this is spectator. So anybody can partake in this. If you are viewing this stream, you can partake in it. It has nothing to do with you actually playing the game. It is simply look at these character designs and see, I think that one's gonna win. I think that one's gonna win. I think that one's gonna win. You're basically placing your bet on who you think's gonna win or who you would like to like embody. If this was like Yu-Gi-Oh! And there was that arc that like they got to embody a dual monster card and they were like, you know, playing as that card in the world. Like, you remember that arc? Does anybody remember that arc? That's what you're doing here. You're embodying one of these characters metaphorically. And if that was the case, who would you pick? Let's see. Steffi said, is Min Min available? I'm gonna put Steffi down for Min Min. Is that who you want, Steph? I'm pretty sure. I'm putting Steffi down for Min Min. Let's see. Capone wants Piranha Plant. The most oddball one. Makes perfect sense for you, Capone. Love it. Piranha Plant. Okay. So we have Brady for Joker, Steffi for Min Min, Capone for Piranha Plant. And for those that don't know these characters, Joker's the one wearing all the black towards the bottom. He's the second in the front to the left. So that was taken by Brady. Capone took the plant to the far right, and Steffi took the girl to the far right bottom. So those was been taken. We still have Steve, Byleth, Terry, here. We still have Steve, that's Steve. We have Byleth, there's Byleth. We have Terry Bogard, there he is. We have Banjo and Kazooie, there they are. And we have Hero, right there. Let's see. Loves Most very close enough. Good times. Loves Most says Banjo for me? Is that final answer? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So Loves Most says Banjo for me? Okay. Banjo. And Kazooie. Okay. So Loves Most has Banjo Kazooie. Let's see. Everybody's being taken. I have a meeting from 2:30 to 3:30. All right, we'll try to jump back down to the end. Shadow says female Byleth. All right, Shadow claims Byleth. Female Byleth is the only Byleth worth using. Somewhat, man. Yeah, okay, so Steffi did want Min Min. Good, I got you. Loves Most, Jesus Christ. Yes, man, he went balls to the walls, which is great because my roommate went heavily over our energy limit that I kind of set. And yeah, so that helped with that. So thank you very much again for that, Brady. And a shout out again to Justin the Great, who was our newest follower. And yeah, Thursday we were celebrating because I passed that test. So he was in a good mood, and that was really awesome, dude. Where is Addie to take hero? I know, right? Hannah, here she is. Okay, I'll take hero. Ah, Hannah took it. Do it now. Hannah, claim hero. Don't tell her. She can pick whoever she... Well, okay. Hannah, who's left is hero, Terry. And I think I saw Javion earlier. I saw... He said Steve. I could have swore I saw Javion say Steve. Yes, I saw him earlier. Okay, Dragon 20 wants Steve. Okay. Dragon 20. That's exactly what I thought you'd pick, buddy. So that leaves Terry Bogard and hero. And Hannah is giving it to peer pressure. Hannah, do you want Mr. Sexy or Mr. Anime? Mr. Sexy or Mr. Anime? Terry Bogard or hero? Terry or hero? No joke. Or Joker, who is Mr. Sexy Anime Law. Correct, yeah, I guess. Nah, Brady, sorry, that shit makes me so mad. Yeah, that was, yeah, Brady, I see your message. I am gonna deny that because you went very balls to the walls with what you typed there. Hannah says, here's really strong, I'll stick with him. Okay. Well, let's give this another moment if anybody else wants to jump in. And I don't think Gias is gonna tune in for the whole stream, man. But if you are here, yes, episode 1 of the final season of Attack on Titan was really great. Ignore freaking haters. I have the most, like, the highest dislike ratio I have ever had on my new Attack on Titan video. It's insane. Speaking of sane, what a perfect timing. Sane XP shows up. What's going on, boy? Sane, would you like to partake in another CPU tourney? We are, we're gonna have a CPU tourney between all 8 of the post-release DLC characters. And yes, that includes Piranha Plant because he was a pre-order bonus. However, you're gonna be Terry Bogard if you are. I don't know if that makes you happy. This is what's up, sure. Sane, you're gonna be Terry Bogard. I don't know how against that you are, but that's what the circumstance is. All right. Sane, I was going. Oh, were you really gonna pick him? That's awesome. Cool. Were you really gonna pick him? All right, so here's what we got. We got Loves Most as Banjo and Kazooie, Brady as Joker, Steffi as Min Min, Capone as Piranha Plant, Shadow as Byleth, Dragon 20 as Steve, Hannah as Hero, and Sane as Terry. Those are who we got, baby. All right, and actually, I should do this in my other doc, because then I can keep track of, well, yeah. Let's go here. I have my reasons. I have my reasons, okay? Okay. So I will have that at the ready. And we're gonna put in the red and so on for who makes it through, baby. So there's our people. Exactly 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep. And before we begin, I would love to know, like, you might have just picked right there, but what do you guys think of all the DLC so far in this game? Because it's the 2-year anniversary, and I do want to kind of bring that up. I want to talk about that after this tournament's over, but Sister Girl showed up a little bit. So here's the thing. If you're showing up late, like Sister Girl or anybody else, Matzenheimer, good evening, man. If you're showing up late, then unfortunately we got our 8 slots taken. However, you can still root for a character or a person. These are the people in the chat. These are the people in the chat, and these are the characters they pick. So you can either root for the character or the person, whatever. But have some fun with us and share who your favorite DLC character was or what your favorite pack was and so on as we celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So the first person in the stream was Loves Most. I don't know if Loves Most if you care what band. Let's just stick to the defaults, please. Let's not make this too complicated. Brady shall be Mr. Joker. Steffi will be Min Min. Let's see. Shadow will be Byleth. Where is... Oh, but wait, I forgot. Female Byleth. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And then... Oops, I skipped Capone. Wait. Wait. Capone was first. Damn it, it's too late to change. Whatever. Capone is Piranha Plant.
Piranha Plant.
Shadow. I already got Byleth in. Okay, Dragon 20, which is Javion. He is, of course, Steve. Hannah is Hero. Will Hannah be our hero? We'll find out. And Sane is Mr. Terry Bogart. And there is our peeps. Let's see what we do here. And hold on, we gotta add that title. Come on, Hero uses sword and heater shield. Smash. Or no! Who? No! Delete! Loves Most. I swear to God, if I get knocked out first again, I'm gonna lose it. I don't know. Is the toughest oops. D L C character. Who is the toughest DLC character? Let's find out for our 2-year celebration of Smash Ultimate. But yeah, good evening, Mattheimer. Thank you very much for coming by. As well as saying, I forgot to say hello to you. Thank you very much for coming by, man. I'm glad you guys tried to catch the female Byleth thing. That was funny. Saying, yeah, the CG threw me off with the Attack on Titans, but overall it was really... Exactly, man. It's so annoying how, like, people just can't take, like... Overall, I'm super happy in the direction and where the characters are and seeing this world and what could happen. But I didn't care for the mixture of CGI. He hated it! He hated it! I'm like... Yeah, because that's exactly what I said. But any hoozle. It's on 3 stock, 7 minutes, yes. Alright. Are we ready for the shuffle to see who faces who? Everybody say stop. Everybody say stop. Who will face who? Who will face who? There's 2 stops. Give me 1 more stop. Give me 1 more stop. There we go. Okie dokie, artichoke. Here's our matchups. So we have Loves Most and Hannah fighting in the first round. I wish I could have labeled them. I should have given, like, I wish I could have gave them names. But we have Loves Most and Hannah fighting in the first round. Then we got Capone versus Shadow in the second round. Then we have Brady versus Dragon in the third round. And then the fourth round, we have Steffi versus Sane. This is it, folks. This is our bracket. Also, keep me posted if there's any audio issues or if I need to turn anything down or up and shit. I think I need to turn the game up just slightly here. Shadow, stop now! Capone, ah, fudge. He's against Steve versus Joker. Yep, okay. But anyways, let us begin this CPU tourney, and afterwards I would love to discuss like what your favorite DLC packs are. Also, I need to mess with this a little bit. Come on, baby. Work with me, baby. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Who's the toughest DLC character? Let's find out. Who is the toughest DLC character of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate so far? That is till Doom Guy makes it in. Let's go. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say, story arc. What is our story arc today? We're honestly just having fun with the game. We're just deciding like who's the toughest DLC character here. And we're having a tournament to decide that. We're just having fun today. There's no other ulterior motive for whoever wins this fight. There's no ulterior story arc or whatever that's gonna happen. Or is there? Let's begin. So our first bout, we have Loves Most as Banjo and Kazooie versus Hannah as Hero. And fun fact, I actually really like this matchup because these are the two E3 characters. This is the first E3 after Smash Bros. Came out, and both these characters got revealed. So what a neat pair up. Here we go. By the way, if the stream crashes, I can just pause the game, luckily, right? Yes. So if the stream crashes, I can just pause the tournament. Everything will be fine. Oh my god! Did you see what just happened? Okay, that was cool. Dude, Hero spiked super low. He didn't even just spike, he spiked super like under the stage. Wow. But here's the thing. That sent Loves Most pretty far back. But, okay, I was gonna say, she hasn't taken any damage. Uh-oh. So here's the problem. Hero is a character that is very random. Banjo, you kind of know what to expect. He's super great for like multiplayer matches, like free-for-alls, but in one-on-one, he is a tricky fella. Trying to get back to the stage. That was a good... The final smash comes out! Yes, we have final smashes. All right, there goes Hero. Whew. So Loves Most is pretty damn far behind, but she got a stock out of Hero. So freaking finally. Shadow, if female violence lose, I'll leave, then cry afterwards. Oh. You gotta find out who's the toughest Smash DLC character. Place your bets. If you're not in the tournament, place your bets. Who's the actual toughest Smash DLC character? To be honest, I think Terry Bogart's gonna sweep the floor. I really do. I think Terry, in the hands of like a level 9 CPU, I think he knows what he's gonna be doing the most. I really do. Terry Bogart is such a good one-on-one character. So because of that, my money's on Terry Bogart. He's not my favorite character. Like, I'm actually rooting for Loves Most because Banjo-Kazooie is my like favorite of the DLC bunch. But I think Terry Bogart, in terms of like who's the toughest, yeah, it's gonna be Terry. That's my prediction. So I'll place my bet on Terry. But who do you think is the toughest Smash DLC character? Not your favorite, who do you think is the toughest? Loves Most is still down a stock, but she's still in the white. She just has to hit Hannah once. Just needs one good smash hit, and that's it. Dragon 28. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is Kid Icarus stage. Yes, it is. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was a good try, though. That was a good try. She tried to freaking edge guard there. I should say he. I don't know. Do I say he or she when we're doing a CPU tourney? Ooh, she's got to use it. She's got to use it. There. Oh, she can save it. She can save it. But you gotta get it in. You gotta get it in before it disappears. Ah, she didn't get to use it. Oh, but that was a good combo. Dude, I love the CPU tournaments. I actually love these CPU tournaments. It really... That's it. That's it, yep. The second he got caught in that lightning, I knew it was over. Damn, Losmos, this is what I get for not looking into these things ahead of time. Losmos, I feel for you, because fun fact, Banjo and Kazooie, to squeeze in a couple thoughts here, Banjo and Kazooie is my favorite character of all the DLC characters. Hands down, not necessarily on like a personal level, but like it is the character I wanted most ever in Super Smash Bros. And I'm so happy he's in. So just quick thoughts on after every match of each of these DLC characters, before and after the match. I love Banjo. Sad to see him go, but alas, Hero comes out on top in terms of pure toughness. Good fight, though. Seriously, he started to come back towards the end. And with that, we lose Loves Most. But our next fight will be between Capone as Piranha Plant and Shadow as Female Byleth. But we need to update the board. Loves Most is no longer with us. Well, I don't actually need to update that, but... Macaroni. Highlight, thank you, yeah. No! I said highlight. Okay. You're already red. Thank you. Okay. So Banjo-Kazooie is out. But we have Capone as Piranha Plant versus Shadow as Byleth. Who will win? The world may never know. Squeeze in your thoughts about the characters as we go on as well, if you feel like it. Joey, Hero really let the final smash deplete. Hero didn't even use a final smash, I feel like. I was hoping he'd be tanky enough. I mean, Banjo-Kazooie is pretty tanky, but you also got to consider the matchups, too. The matchups can be a little bit jarring, but let's see Capone versus Female Byleth. So I wanted to include Piranha Plant in this one because that would make an even 8-character bracket. But also, Piranha Plant is totally a post-release DLC character. I believe he is the only one that you cannot buy, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you can only get him if you pre-ordered the game or if you played the game in like the first month of launch. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there. And Byleth is character number 5. But let's see, Sane and... Shit! There's the hammer. Sane and Dragon Sea you can buy Piranha Plant. Really? How much does he sell for then? I didn't think so. So far, Byleth has a very good commanding lead right now. Oh, maybe not. Oh my god! These stupid sword people. These stupid sword people, dude. Somebody please clip right now. Please somebody make like a 60-second clip. Make a really long 60-second clip. Please. Please. Are you serious? I didn't even get any time to really comment. I had no time to even comment. These goddamn sword... I gotta admit, I am rooting for whoever isn't a sword person, because I get really bitter at sword users. I really do. That match was so quick. Freaking A. Joey, the AI just got a flawless. What the frick? Hannah, well, that was fast. Capone, my stems! My beautiful stems. Losmos. Okay, now I don't feel that bad. Oh my god, that was 3 flawless spikes. Capone, why do you think I said, aw, fudge, when I saw who I was facing? Dragon, does Steve count as a sword user? No. Steve's different. His weapons don't have like the long range normal swords do. Like his, yeah, they have range, but it's not like freaking swords. With twice the range. Anyways, female Byleth takes it, and Piranha Plant, what can I say about you, buddy? At first, he was the most jarring and still is the weirdest character in this game, but I really like the surprise factor of adding him, and I also like the idea that he was just a pre-order and first month bonus. It kind of takes a little bit out of him with that being gone. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of him being that exclusive, but what can you do? He's cool, he's dandy, and I thought he had one of the greatest recoveries in the game, but I guess he gets spiked by Step on Me, so. Capone is out, as is Piranha Plant, but next we got Brady as Joker versus Dragon 20 as Steve. Let's see. Capone, that was messy, bro. That was really messy. I can't believe that shit happened, dude. I actually expected Piranha Plant to take that, to be honest, because I think Piranha Plant's one of the most broken characters in the game. I was not expecting that at all. Anyways, Dragon, in my personal opinion, I think Piranha Plant was originally a base game character that got held back because he's the only DLC character with Palutena's guidance. Maybe. I don't think so personally, because he's such a random character to include. I just like, that's why I pictured him being a perfect pre-order bonus in the game. I pictured him being a perfect pre-order bonus character, you know, because it's just like something random and it's like a character nobody wanted, but sure, I'll take it kind of a thing. But anyways, Joey, time for blocks versus stand user. That's exactly right. Here we go. Joker, the first technically DLC character, versus Steve, the latest character. That's a funny matchup. The first matchup was an interesting one with the E3 matchup, but now we have the first DLC character versus the latest. Let's go. Brady as Joker versus Dragon as Steve.
3, 2,
My money's on Steve here. My money's definitely on Steve. In the hands of a capable level 9 CPU, yeah. My money's on Steve. But these CPUs and their spikes, man, you never know. Like, he was trying to do it there. He was really trying to do it there. Ugh. Who's your money on, chat? Is it Steve or Joker? The latest character versus the first character. I still think, man, Joker, he's the biggest surprise pick of any character in this game. He is hands down like the biggest surprise factor. Because when he was announced and everybody was like, dude, anything goes. That was an awesome recovery. Like, anything goes. Well, the second they saw Joker, they knew, like, okay, we could just expect a lot of shit from third parties now. Because Persona was like an Atlas character, a PlayStation exclusive and shit, like, yeah. So that was a really random pick. That's the thing I give Joker. And Steve's our indie rep, man. He is our indie rep. People forget that Minecraft is technically an indie game. It just became an indie game that so happened to become the biggest selling game of all time. So if you're gonna include an indie character, who else would you put in than Steve? I'm really happy about his inclusion. The more like, I never wanted him, but you see my reaction in the video. When he was announced, I legitimately was totally okay with it. But let's see. Hannah, I really want Joker to win, but I think it's gonna be Steve. Cosmos, well, he's now on Switch with Persona 5 Strikers, so there's that now, true. But at the time, you know, back at like the end of 2018. So far, this is a pretty even fight, but he said this TNT there. Oh, okay. Damn, good block use by Steve. This is the most even matchup we've had so far. This is the most even we've had. Okay, Joker takes the lead. Steve's on his last life. It's not over, though. Just know that it ain't over until it's over. Whoop, there we go. Even Steven, 110%. Here we go. Steve has an advantage though because his final smash is more ready than Joker's. So if he gets his final smash during the stock, it could be his game. Ooh, that was close. That was really close. Steve's not doing too hot, dude. He is not doing hot at all. He's got to get some hits in. And he's got his final smash, but he hasn't damaged Joker nearly enough for it to matter. His best bet at this point is to damage him enough in the hopes that he can finish him off with it. Nope, he's using it right away. That's not gonna finish him off though. But it evened it up. So as long as Joker doesn't get his final smash, he evened it up. That's what he wanted to do. If he can finish this before he gets his final, that's it. But that was our best fight so far. So I was wrong. Steve did not win. The other thing I have to say, I'm squeezing in my thoughts about the characters as we go. Joker has the coolest final, like, he has the coolest windscreen. Because his windscreen is straight up what his game is. And that is dope. It is legitimately the same victory screen as his game. That little attention to detail is so damn beautiful. But anyways. Squeezing in thoughts on the loser, what can I say? That was the best match we have had so far in the CPU tourney. But Steve joins Banjo in the Western Microsoft reps being out in the first round. But I will squeeze in some thoughts on Steve. I don't like it. Like, I don't like playing as him, like just me as a player, but I love his inclusion. The more I think about it, I love his inclusion so much because again, he is like the best indie rep you can have because he's like the biggest game of all time coming from an indie. He's super random, which is exactly something I wanted. I was telling everybody during the first Fighters Pass, I want something random that's completely different art style and just character style in general, and Steve is exactly that. And I just love him, man. I love his inclusion. He's not a character I like to play, but I love his inclusion. So it's great to see him here. He doesn't make his way through this tournament as the toughest character. I'm surprised. I really thought he was going to beat Joker, but Joker came out on top.
Nice.
So here we go. Brady moves on. The final smashes are on, so the final smashes do make a difference, but it makes for a flashy show. Anyways, though, we have our next and final round of the first rounds being Steffi as Min Min versus Sane as Terry, who my money is on to win this entire shebang, except sword users. Sword users. Joey, Steve's selling out, or selling, what the fuck? Yeah, having played Persona 5, seeing the parallels is awesome here. Seriously, yeah, that victory screen is so great, loves. So great. Joey, Steve is so jarring to watch fight in this game. It's so weird, but that's why I love Smash Bros. Is just to see. That is the exact reason why I want Doom Guy in this game, is because I really don't think they can make him work, but if anybody's gonna make him work, it's Sakurai. And it's like, if he's in this game, it's just gonna be really jarring to see this M-rated, hardcore, mature character fight these Nintendo characters. That's why I want him in. And plus, I want like a shooter rep too. I really want a shooter character so much. Because they represent every other genre, but shooters, yeah, Min Min doesn't count. But anyways, but yeah, Steve is very jarring to see in this game. Also, Persona 5's music is Chef's Kiss. Yes, it is. Joey, Noodle Arms versus Red Ryu. Steffi, let's go, Min Min. Sucker punch him, swing around. This is gonna be a weird matchup. Hey, they're both blonde, by the way, so the face-off of the blondes. But also, this is gonna be long distance versus short distance. This is seriously what we're about to see, because Min Min is a zoner. I have fun with Min Min, because I'm a zoner, but Terry is nothing but up close and personal. He's got some spacing tools, but this is gonna be a fist fighter versus a distance fighter, so we'll see how this goes. Battle of the Blondes, here we go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Capone's trying to think of a death battle scenario. One is cooking at a shop, and Terry comes to eat. They talk, then decide to fight. So far, not much damage being inflicted. Okay, there we go. So Terry is, he's getting more heavy hits in. Nice counter by Min Min. Okay. Ooh! That was so gambly lucky. Terry takes a stock with 16%. He still has his entire health bar, basically, and he didn't spike. He horizontally spiked, dude. I rarely see that shit. That was good. That wasn't an edge guard. That was a legitimate sideways spike. Shadow, tied to my most disliked character. Shadow, what do you mean? Which one will be the king of fighters? Exactly, which one will be the king of fighters? But Steffi as Min Min, she's got her final smash ready. I forget what range she needs to be at to execute it well. It's a good opportunity to finish him. I think it's trying to save it. Yep, didn't use it. Did not use it. But if she can get Terry out before he uses his final smash. Oh, there we go. I don't know why I'm really into this one. Is Terry gonna use it? Is Terry gonna use it? Oh, he didn't need to. He didn't need to, dude. Damn. Terry Bogard, he's at his go form, so he's got his like super duper powerful moves. That was a good combo. Dude, I'm telling you, man, Terry Bogard. If you're good with him, he is, in my opinion, the best one-on-one character. He really is. He is so damn good. I don't like playing as him personally, but like, I acknowledge he's pretty tough. But we'll see if somehow Steffi can pull a miracle out of this. She's over at 120 and only has one stock. She's gotta hit him with that final smash. There you go. Damn. Okay, she took a stock out of him, so it's not a okay, this ain't over. This ain't over, but she is deadly in trouble because he's about to get his final smash. The odds are insanely in Terry's favor. 173 to 15%, and he's got his final smash. It's going to be a miracle. It's gonna be a miracle if Min Min takes this. She can edge guard though. If she edge guards, she can do it. I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous. She is keeping the print. He doesn't have his final smash anymore. She's living past 200%. She's living past 200%. Dude, she ain't going down. Okay. Good last stand, though. Good last stand. You gotta hand it to him. That was a good last stand by Min Min. Well played. That was a really good last stand. Shadow was talking about Terry. Oh, Terry's your least favorite. Hannah, I saw this earlier. Would you say any of these new DLCs are beginner friendly for Smash? Steve is easily the least beginner friendly character. They're all pretty decently technical. I would say Banjo. I think Banjo and Kazooie, he's pretty simple as long as you keep in mind his side B, like he only has a limited amount of them. Other than that, I think Banjo-Kazooie's pretty damn simple. He's the simplest of the bunch. Min Min can be too, but you kind of have to keep some things in mind with how she works. But I would say Banjo-Kazooie is probably the most like basic one. And that's kind of why I like to play him as the most. I like the basic characters. But anyways, Steffi, darn it, Min Min, his muscles were too distracting. His muscles are very distracting. Raw Dog Jeff. I have not seen that name in a long time, man. Good to see you, dude. We are having a Smash Bros. DLC character tournament to determine who's the toughest Smash character. But man, I have not seen you in a long time, dude. I hope you're well. As well as your big wish came true where I reacted to Demon Slayer if you go to Westside Otaku. And I don't know, man. We had a good time with Smash on Saturday, but it's good to see you, dude. Thanks for coming by. Sane, that was close, Joey. Jesus F, that had me on the edge. Steffi, stay focused. That was a great game. Like, honestly, that was my favorite matchup just because Min Min had no chance, but she just kept fighting and almost took it back. She really almost did. But anyways, quick word about Min Min. I love her inclusion too, man. Like, ARMS is not a character I wanted, but it makes total sense. And honestly, if there was any new Nintendo character that should be in this game, it was hands down an Inkling, which got in, and an ARMS character. Hands down, ARMS had to be in this game because of just their potential as a Smash character. That's why I wanted Banjo in, because I was like, he is a great potential as a Smash character, not just a character that I'm super hyped about like Sora or anything like that. Like, yeah, Sora's from my favorite game of all time, but I want to see a character I feel like could kind of blend in well with these guys. And I thought Min Min was that. I think Min Min as an ARMS character is just awesome mechanically, and it's like she plays straight out of her game, and I freaking love it. So she didn't make it through the first round against Terry though, who's my money's still on. So congratulations to Sane for moving on. Steffi, farewell, good madam. Farewell. And that concludes the first round. Somebody here died. Who died? Oh yeah, Dragon. So the first round we lost Loves Most as Banjo, Steffi as Min Min, Capone as Piranha Plant, and Dragon as Steve. But we still have Brady as Joker, Shadow as Byleth, Hannah as Hero, and Sane as Terry. And honestly, these four are the anime people. And I really wanted one of these four to make it in. I really wanted one of the four that lost in the first round, because I like the ones that aren't anime like. I really do. But anyways, let's continue.
Semi-finals.
Dragon, I would say Piranha Plant's supposed to be inter-friendly if you count it. That's what I was on the fence. It was between Banjo and Piranha Plant for me. But I would understand that. All right. We are going to have a sword wielder in the final round, because now we have Hannah as Hero fighting Shadow as Byleth. We're gonna have a sword wielder in the final round, and I don't like it. Because I'm a little bit of a bitter person against sword people. To be honest, that's kind of why I don't want Sora in Smash, is because of, I do want one more sword rep though. I do want one more, just one. And if there is one more, I would want it to be Sora or Lloyd. Either one of those two. But here we have Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses versus Hero from Dragon Quest XI. And it's really cool, by the way, to see Dragon Quest represented in Smash. If you had a new RPG franchise to put in Smash, I think Dragon Quest is arguably the best. You already put in Final Fantasy. I think it's great that they included Dragon Quest as well. That's like, it's a great rep. And Byleth, I don't know. She probably should have been in the base game. I don't think people would have been as mad if she was in the base game, but, or just not presented as the final character. I know a lot of people were bitter about her, including me. She still plays cool though. I like her. Here, whoa. So close to recovering. But yeah, Hero's a hit or miss. So my money is definitely on Byleth because she's more consistently good. But Hero, it just depends if the CPU can figure out that down B roulette wheel of attack. Joey says random BS versus Fire Emblem, rep number 67. Is Hero gonna use? They both have their final smashes. They both have them. That killed? That killed? Bro, Byleth has a 2-stock lead. Yeah, I was gonna say, just get her out. Just get the stock out. Okay. But still a full stock behind. Hannah, I'm dead, aren't I? It's not over, Hannah. You never know. Some crazy spike or something could happen. It's never over until it's over. But right now, what did I just say? What did I just say? What the fuck? Can we please do another clip for the love of God? What the frick was that? Do another clip right now. What the frick was that? What even just happened? What just happened? What the frick was that? She came back, but what did she even do? Like Hero spikes and then he hops off and they're just like fighting off screen. Jesus. Oh my God. Raw Dog, my friend, has a nasty Byleth. Dragon, what bad DI that will kill at 50? I know, at kill at 50, I didn't like that Final Smash killed Hero that early on. I really didn't like that. That was kind of BS. I think Final Smashes shouldn't kill unless the person's like 75 at the minimum. I want to say 80, but 75 minimum. Shadow, what did I just say? Loves most, yeah, what was that? It was basically off screen. Dude, that's what I mean. Saint says she upbeat. That's what it looks like. Yeah, she must have, like, without being able to see, because these CPUs pull off the most bullshit moves I've ever seen. She must have, like, hooked onto him and jumped off. Dude, that is insane. Shadow, female Byleth grabbed Hero and slammed him down. When he slammed her down first! He slammed her down first, dude! That was the best play of the day. That was hands down the best play of the day, and I hope somebody clipped that, for the love of God. Joey. I like this one, Joey. Byleth had a flashback to her friends and unlocked the power of bullshit. Yes, she did, dude. Oh my God, Raw Dog. When Hero did his up B, Byleth did hers. That's exactly what happened, dude. Jesus Christ. And because Hero was that animation with the tornado, was enough to... Dude, it was just... That was insane. Like, I know we can logically explain it, but I don't care. Like, that's... It can be logically explained, but it was just amazing to see. Holy shit. That was the best play of the day. Sorry, Hannah. Complete false hope, because I was literally in the middle of saying, Hannah, it's not over though. You could do some crazy spike or something. Just like that! Just like that! And then all of a sudden, that was freaking funny. This is why Field File is best. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, quick word on Mr. Hero. I like his inclusion too. I would say Hero, this is the clash of the two characters I cared the least about, to be honest. I really did. Like, Terry is a follow-up to that, but it's like I recognize the significance of Terry. And I recognize the significance of Hero as well. But fun fact, these are my two like least hype characters. So it was interesting to see them clash. But Hero specifically, man, I think if there's any RPG or JRPG specifically you include in this game that isn't already in, Dragon Quest is hands down, man. Because I love to see classic franchises be represented in this game. That's the other reason I want Doom Guy, is because Doom Guy represents, he is probably the rep to first-person shooters. He was around before Chief was, man. So that's why I think Hero is a great inclusion from Dragon Quest, and you get to pick between multiple different heroes, so that's cool, man. But anyways, Byleth moves on to the next round as Shadow. Into the final round, by the way. And Hannah is no longer with us, and she is out. Goodbye, Hero. We shall miss you. Byleth moves on to the finals. Raw Dog, these CPUs are tryhards. Yeah. Shadow, I still don't like Hero, but it's good to see him in the game. Hero ability is still OP in my opinion. At least it's a Wheel of Fortune though, you know, but yeah. He legitimately functions. That's the other reason I really appreciate Hero, is just like Steve. He plays exactly how he's from his game. Min Min plays exactly how she is in her game, and how do you put in like a turn-based JRPG character into Smash? Oh wait, let's actually have the RPG turn-based like mechanic, and that's pretty cool. In my opinion, but I do think it's bullshit sometimes in terms of like the competitive scene. But as a character, I think it's cool. But our last match of the semifinals, we have Brady as Joker versus versus Sane as Terry. Here we go. Who will fight Shadow as Byleth in the final round? Two most gorgeous guys in this game that aren't Snake. This is Flashy Boy versus Stealthy Boy. I wouldn't say Terry's flashy. Man, I don't know about this matchup. I really don't know about. Oh, stop it. Stop. I don't want to take any more edge guarding. I can't take any more edge guarding, dude. My money is still on Terry, dude. It's still on Terry. If I had, I'm both rooting for and money on Terry right now because I think Terry's a great classic inclusion. Like, Terry is a very significant fighting game character, if not one of the most significant, so. Oh, can he recover? Woo! It's close, but he has his go power. That's it, that's out, yep. First stock goes to Terry. But he's over 100%, so anything can go. And both of them are about to get their final smash. He's getting some damage in. Joker's finishing him, yep. That is just straight out of his game. That is so damn cool. I love just the little details, man. Freaking, Sakurai and his team just put so much detail in each of these characters to make them feel like they're coming out of their game. I love that shit so much, dude. Good combo! That was good! He made a combo into his final smash. Bust a wall! I actually thought Joker was gonna live through that. Terry has a huge advantage. Huge advantage right now, but Joker's halfway to his final smash. But Terry has a full stock up on Joker. More than a full stock up now. I'm telling you, bro, Terry's our man. But I know a lot of you guys are probably rooting for Joker. Can he bring Terry down to one stock? We'll see. Joey stand user versus Red Ryu. Oh, there's a good edge guard, but can he come back? Ah, okay. These CPUs, man, they made them so good. Joker has his final smash, but Terry's not damaged, so it's not gonna finish him. Can Joker finish it? That's not gonna kill. That's not gonna kill. That's not gonna kill. What is Terry doing? He was like, his guard was up. So they're both down to one stock. Joker no longer will get his final smash. There's no way he will. That's it! Good fight. Good fight. Joker didn't give up. So far, every fight with Terry, his opponent was losing, but they just don't give up, but they make their stand, dude. I still think Min Min had a way bigger comeback, but man, well done. Well done to Mr. Terry Bogard. Loves Most, if you think that's cool, you gotta play Persona. It's not, no. I don't think the move specifically Loves Most. I don't think his final smash and his victory screen are like cool because they like look cool to me. I'm saying it's so cool that they like put that into this game. That's what I mean. I love the little details. That's why it's so cool to see characters represented in this game, is because it's not just like a skin they put in. They make you feel like the character is coming out of their game and into this one. And that's what I mean is cool. It's not specifically like the Final Smash, which it's cool, but like, I just love how well they represent the characters in this. Steffi, now that Min Min's out of the way, I gotta root for my favorite DLC. BU? Let's go, Terry. Is it BU? Dragon, Terry is important because without his series, Smash would not exist. True. Without Terry Bogard, Smash would not exist. So that's true. Joey, let's freaking go. Sane, why'd you say oh no when you won? Why did you say oh no? Shadow's like, boo. Dragon, Terry versus Byleth is the final round, yes. Joey, the king of fighters versus the teacher. Sorry. I mean, I know, but I still want you to play Persona 5. Yes, everybody does. Saying it was before. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, Brady will be sad to find out he got out in the semifinals. So rest in pepperoni to Joker and Brady. But a quick word about Joker. Again, I think is the most surprising pick in this game. He is... When he was included, when he was revealed at the Game Awards back in 2018, it was such a surprise. And it just set the bar for the Fighters Pass and character speculation to be like, dude, anything can be in this game. Seriously. And yeah, seeing Joker included was really cool. And I think he's just represented very well. Even though I don't play his game, from what I hear people say, like, yeah, he functions very much like he would be from his game. So that's cool. But Terry Bogard moves on to the final round, being Sane versus Shadow as Byleth. Who's your money on? The two final characters of the first Fighters Pass face off. And they both work their way up from literally the bottom. They both are the bottom left and the bottom right. Look at this. They actually made a pyramid. That's funny. Joey, I guess you could say no one saw it coming. That's like the #1 thing we all say. Yeah, Joey. Capone, authority versus delinquent. Yeah. Step on me versus muscles. All right. My money is still... I actually don't know, to be honest. Like, my money has been on Terry this whole time, but sword wielders are just so damn... I'm bitter against sword people, but like, that's why I'm saying I don't know who will win this, because honestly, sword people, they have so much options, they space, and that's hard for Terry too, because Terry is up close and personal, and Byleth can keep him at a distance. So Terry has to like constantly keep the pressure on and be in Byleth's space bubble, because if he doesn't, she's just gonna keep spacing him out like she is already. She's spacing him out hardcore. So this is a hard matchup for Terry, to be honest. That's the issue. He's got to get in there. He's got to get the pressure on. There you go. So, you know, I'm rooting for Terry. If you guys want to root for Byleth, go for it. But I'm rooting for Terry, man. I want to see him prove me wrong that sword wielders are not always the most powerful. Shadow handshakes before the match starts. Yep. Oh, there's the edge guard. Yep. Byleth takes the first stock, but it ain't over for Terry. He didn't even get to use his go bar, man. In real life, sword fight. No shit, Capone. No kidding. I wonder why. Los nah, Byleth can step on me any day. Yeah. No, Byleth can step on me any day. I agree with that. She's already got her final smash. Got it out. He got it out and got his in. If he can get some good damage, then he has a chance. Chat, spam, who are you rooting for? Byleth or Terry? Don't vote for just whoever I'm rooting for. I admit, I'm going for Terry, but are you rooting for Byleth? Say so in the chat. Damn, he didn't use his final smash. But nice counter, nice counter. Who was the toughest Smash DLC character? It's between these two. He jumped over the arrow. He really just did that. If he gets hit by this final smash, that's it. He's out. Ooh, edge guarding is about to happen. Yep. She didn't need to do that, but she did. She did not need to do that, but she did. Well, now Byleth against Steffi. Steffi's rooting for Terry. Hannah's rooting for Byleth. Dragon's rooting for Byleth. Capone's rooting for Byleth. Raw Dog's rooting for Terry. So we're pretty split. Nice combo, dude. Kenny edgeguard. Kenny edge. Ugh. It's a problem because he can't space her out. She's gonna space him out. He can't space her out. You gotta finish her. You gotta finish her. But Byleth, she's put up a good fight, man. She's staying living at 176. If she gets tapped, she's out. That is a big... There you go. Okay. We are even Steven now. 1-1. But Terry... Ugh. Nice combo. That's not gonna kill, though. Good combo, but now Byleth has hers. If he gets hit, that's it. That's game. Allow me to demonstrate. This is where the penis goes. Congratulations to Mr. Shadow and Byleth for claiming the toughest Smash Bros. DLC character slot. Joey, Terry sold. Joey, I've never heard this expression before. Terry sold? I've never heard this expression. So what did I freaking say? Los Keebs. I got that from Titus. I'm sorry. He couldn't even say it without laughing, but I just did. And yes, Byleth, clap, feel Byleth is a legend. She schooled him. Excuse me? Nah, I understand. It's a freaking man. It was a terrible matchup too because Terry's such an up close person, but she could just keep him at bay with all of her zoning tools. She can keep people at like such a distance. Shadow, the best DLC character in the game. That is what I titled this, isn't it? Technically speaking, I guess that's what she won, even though this was more so to determine who's the toughest fighter. But yeah, this makes sense. So, but really quick word about Terry Bogard before celebrations for Byleth. Terry Bogard. What can I say about Terry, man? Really quick, let's adjust this. So, Terry did not make it to the finals, or did not make it through the finals, but Shadow did claim victory and is our champion. So, congrats to you and Byleth, good sir. May she ever be in your home. So, anyways, a word about Terry is... I've already said it before, man, but his inclusion is just for the fighting game genre, you know, for like the fighting game genre. Without him, Smash Bros. Might not even have existed. He is legitimately part of the games that Sakurai got the inspiration for these games. You know, in terms of the fighting game genre, you already have Ryu and Ken in from Street Fighter. I don't even know who I would argue would be as important. From Tekken, Heihachi, like, that's the only other person I could think of is Heihachi from Tekken. But if not Heihachi, I would totally understand Terry Bogard representing the fighting game genre, and I'm glad we got one. And yeah. And his soundtrack, by the way, fun fact, in my opinion, Terry is hands down the best DLC pack as a whole. I'm not saying like is the best character. I'm saying in terms of what you get for these fighter passes, Terry Bogard for the $6 price tag has the best pack, hands down. He has more music than everybody else's combined. His spirits are great. His stage is phenomenal. He's great, man. His pack was great. But nonetheless, we have Byleth winning the tournament for the toughest DLC character amongst the 8 so far in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And yeah, admittedly, Byleth was my most lackluster one. I really didn't care for the inclusion. There wasn't really any significance to the character, to me. But I get it, you know, Nintendo has to squeeze in some kind of promotional character of some kind in. And for the first Fighters Pass, that was Byleth. I'm curious as to the Seconds Fires Pass. Like, are they gonna have a promotional character? If so, who? But still, she plays cool. I like to play as her. She's neat. She's not my favorite Fire Emblem character, but I like her, man. In terms of like cultural significance, though, like her and Piranha Plant are the two like maybe least impacting, like alongside maybe Min Min, but that's all because they're the first party stuff. So it's like I get it. I get why she's in. But anyways, Shadow, my favorite DLC character, beat my most disliked DLC, but Terry is cool. My favorite DLC character beat my most disliked DLC, but Terry's cool. I don't hate, but I do strongly dislike Hero and Terry, but it's cool to see them in the game. Yeah, we're gonna feel different. A faint barking can be heard in the distance. Joey. Be crazy if we got a visual novel character. No. Colonel Sanders licks it good. Shadow Female Byleth is still tied for my favorite DLC character next to Joker. And I know people didn't want Byleth in the game, but I don't care what people want. I would prefer to see Byleth in Smash if you ask me, and I didn't know they were going to bring anyone in Three Houses in Smash, but when they did, I was super excited. Exactly, man. I know there's a lot. I know there's a good handful of people that wanted Byleth, and I think she would have been more received, like well received, if she wasn't the last character of the past. I think that's why. When they announced that, you know, she's the last character of the past, I think that's why. People wanted the past to go out in a bang, and it wasn't exactly the bang that they were, you know, expecting. So I think that's partly the reason why, and also the sheer number of Fire Emblem reps already in the game. I think that's the other reason. So that's why I love ARMS. You know, like ARMS has no rep in the game. So that's why I was excited for Min Min. Sane's gotta go. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Joey, Byleth should have been the middle of... This isn't over yet, boy. This isn't over. Byleth should have been middle of the first pack, to be honest. Yeah, I would agree, Joey. I would agree. Capone 4v4, silly versus serious. Oh, that's a good idea. Really quick. Wait a minute. I don't know. I'm just really happy that Byleth won, and yeah, she's a cool Wait, the audio went out. What happened to the screen? Hannah said BRB. Okay, hold on. Let me. Something's. What? The screen's not working. Okay. Anyways, so just while I figure this out, just share who your favorite DLC character is, because I don't know. I don't know what happened to my screen here. It's. Oh, I think I know. Here, I'll just try clicking some things and messing with blah blah blah. But yeah, congrats to Byleth for winning the Smash Bros DLC. I got like two other. I want to do one more thing to kind of test out, you know, like how does she fare in this circumstance, and something else too. But anyways though, I think it's working now. Let me see. I think it's working. Oh no! Oh no! What is she doing here? What is she doing here? She dragged Byleth down to hell. Why? Why are you doing this, Isabelle? So, from what I hear, there was some subtext to the DLC tournament, and whoever went, apparently Byleth, says she won the tournament. She got sucked down into hell and is fighting Isabelle. And if she loses this, then she's gonna become Isabelle's right-hand woman and be right alongside her in the charge against the forces of light. So, if Byleth loses this, then Isabelle is going to claim her! Oh no! There, she got her out. Byleth, are you going to join Isabel's army? I think Byleth is actually wanting to lose here. I think Byleth actually wants to become part of Isabel's army. There's something about, like, Byleth has been, she's always been stepping on people, but she's never been the one to step on. And I think Isabel is the one that can actually do that for her. She can finally have a leader that she can be. Okay, I thought that was, oh my God. Oh my God. Why are these CPU's edgeguard games so damn good? I like how you guys are already ahead of me in the chat. I see Steffi. Dun dun dun. New characters, alright. If you haven't been a part of any of these CPU tournaments before, like I see Raw Dog Jeff, like I don't think he's been a part of these before, but just FYI, Raw Dog, this is kind of a trend in all of the CPU tournaments. The Queen of Hell, Isabel. And we need Addie. She countered that, are you serious? Freaking Addie and Sister Girl as Hero and Donkey Kong. They're going to show up in the next tournament where Isabel will actually be competing. But Isabel needs some heroes of her own. And so she's trying to claim who is supposedly the strongest DLC character to be her right-hand woman. And it's not looking good for Byleth. It's not looking good for Byleth. She's so damaged. I don't think she's gonna make it. Isabel claims her next soul. Isabel claims her next soul. So Byleth has been claimed by Isabel's army and will now be her right-hand man and transform into a demon in the next tournament. You hate to see it, but what can you do against the Queen of Hell, Isabel? Loves most, I'm not mad. Trey, well, shout out, what kind of story plot did you create? Dude, the last CPU tournament we did was so good in terms of a story plot. It was like we had Demon Ridley and Demon Samus make their way into the tournament, and like everybody else was on the forces of good, and somehow like Demon Ridley and Samus were clearing the brackets. And it was only thanks to Sister Girl as a purple DK that managed to beat Demon Samus in the final round. And then Sister decided to take this fight straight down to hell and was like, Isabel, I'm going to beat you. And she beat her, but something was wrong. Apparently Isabel was only warming up and was level 3. And then all of a sudden, freaking, I put them both at level 9 and Isabel wiped the floor with Sister and is like, go back to your home. I will be back with vengeance. And I did that wrong. Go back to your home. I will come back with a fiery vengeance upon you. And here she comes, claiming the winner of the DLC tournament, Miss Byleth. Oh no, Capone. Doomslayer taught her well. They really gave the dog the best eye in the game. I saw the plot, but at the end, I'm mad. No. Freaking. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I still have one more idea I wanted to do. Well, now we know. So we'll have Addie as Hero and Sister as Purple DK to help represent us in the world of light versus Isabel and her new right-hand woman, Miss Byleth. We should actually just see that match unfold right now, but we need to save that for next time. I don't know. If we get a donation, we will see this match unfold. I will put this match and let it unfold. But for now, I do have one other thing I would like to try. But if you're having fun today and feel like supporting the stream, I greatly appreciate that. You can find ways to support it by becoming a patron or donating in the buttons below if you're on desktop, or in the info panel if you're on mobile. Greatly appreciate the support. But I have one more thing I would like to try out here. And if we get a donation, I will have our two heroes have an exhibition match. It's not the deciding battle. The next CPU tourney will be when the Queen of Hell Isabel emerges and she actually takes part in a tournament. That is when that story will finally unfold. But we will see an exhibition match where she tests out the heroes. But what I wanted to do right now, really quick, before that, is we are going to have a all-out fest between the 8 DLC characters. So Byleth is still the winner. Byleth is still the winner, but we're gonna see who will win in a free-for-all. Who will win in a free-for-all? And FYI, Banjo has a greater shot in here. So in order. In order. Banjo. Who we're making Demon by. Oh, that's not right. We're making her Demon Byleth. That's Demon Byleth. Joker. Steve. Okay, there's our DLC characters. There's Demon Byleth. She has been converted. She will remain a demon until she is purified. I can't find the info panel. Capone Byleth gonna win again like last time did, free for all most likely. I think so. I think so too. Joey, I don't know if you're on mobile. Let me see. So if we go to the channel and you're watching the stream live, so you have to minimize it and then you go to About. Yeah, the About page. And then there's a button that you press. Yeah, and then it takes you away. But anyways, if we get any donations this stream, I will have the exhibition match unfold between the heroes, Hero and Purple Donkey Kong versus Demon Byleth and Queen of Hell Isabel. But for now, free-for-all between all 8 of the DLC characters. In Love's Most Words. Wait. In a much more hardcore version of Love's Most Words. All right, here we go. See, I hate Banjo's screen, dude. Like I don't hate it, but it's like it kind of ruins it, to be honest. But here's all 8 of our DLC characters so far, guys. It's absolute mayhem. You're not gonna be able to keep track of anything. I'm gonna have to like move me, and it's the main menu music. That's cool. I'm gonna move display up. There we go. Now you can see what's going on. Okay. Brady, okay, I'm back. What happened? You lost in the semifinals to Terry, buddy. You lost in the semifinals to Terry. And now we're having a free-for-all between all the things. And then Terry and Byleth fought in the final round. And it was a good fight, but Byleth won. But she got taken down to hell and was claimed by the Queen of Hell, Isabel. They fought in the battle, and if she lost, Isabel would claim her for the next tournament arc as her right-hand woman to lead the charge against the World of Light and to potentially cause doomsday. So now, for now and forever in these streams, until Byleth is purified, she is now a demon working for Isabel. That's why she's in her best outfit in the game, in my opinion. Fun fact. Loves most of the actual. Okay, so far, guess what? Terry is only at 1 life. Terry is great in, like, one-on-one, but he is not good in free-for-all, man. Free-for-all is not his game. But Banjo-Kazooie, it is, man. He's got 3 stocks still. Steve still has 3 stocks. The Microsoft reps have the lead. The Microsoft reps have the lead. But Terry and Piranha Plant are on thin ice. Why level 9 CPU Isabelle so terrifying? I don't know, man. She's an evil monster, what can I say? Capone, if Isabelle rings 13 times, the rats will come. Okay, Steve just blew away a lot of people. Nobody's out yet, though. So now we're just having a free-for-all bout between all 8 of the DLC characters. We're just seeing who wins this. Hero put Terry to sleep, dude. And then Piranha Plant finished him off. Our runner-up winner, man. Joey Strike, 1 final fight. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Thanks, Joey. All right. We have an exhibition match. We have an exhibition match to do after this. Banjo's out? How did Banjo? Banjo and Joker are out. I don't know how Banjo got out, man. He was so in the lead. Freaking Steve, he had time to get a diamond sword. Are you kidding me? I don't know, man. Hero's got a big lead here. Hero's got a very big lead here. Now here's the issue. I don't remember Addy, like, what... Look at them fighting off of Steve's block! Bro. I should probably just put myself in streams like this more often, just being in the middle of the screen instead of at the corner. Kind of like it. What do you guys think? Byleth is out! Demon Byleth is out. Steve is camping lol. Well, that's what you do with Steve. You get your... Look at him. He's just taking his sweet ass time. Oh my god. Joey, 8-player battles are awesome. Dude, I'm so happy 8-player battles are a thing, dude. It allows, like... It allows get-togethers for Smash to be so much more fun. They're so much more fun. Drag in the middle of the screen is better in my opinion. No. She got bounced off of Steve's block. Well, all 3 of these folks. She countered all of those fires. Steve versus Hero. The matchup we've all wanted to see. Who will win? Who will win? The battle royale of the DLC characters. That was a good dodge. The battle royale of all the DLC characters. Who will win? Nike, yo people, Hero all the way. Nike, you missed the entire tournament, man. It was awesome. Byleth was our winner for like the Smash Bros tourney. With the card! With the card! I did not, I gotta be honest, I had Steve was like the least expected I had to win. The least expected I had to win. Because he has to like gather his materials and shit. So I didn't think he would have any time to do that. But he did. But he did. I love these CPU tournaments so much. I don't know. If you're having fun, let me know. But like, I love them so much. Like, not to do them like all the time, but just they're an event to me, and I love doing them. I think it's a good time. But yeah, Nike. To sum up what happened in the tournament, Banjo got beat by Hero. Yeah, Banjo got beat by Hero. Piranha Plant got dominated by Byleth. Joker beat... Who did he beat? Who did Joker beat? Oh, Steve. And then Terry beat Min Min. That was the first rounds. And the semifinals, Byleth beat Hero and went on to the finals. And Terry beat Joker in the semifinals. And then the final round, Byleth won. So basically, Byleth claimed her spot as the toughest character of all the DLC characters in Smash. So congrats to Byleth. But then she got pulled down into the pits of hell all of a sudden and was summoned by Isabelle and was like, I sense darkness in your heart. I sense darkness in your heart. I would like to claim you and to be my right-hand woman as I be the one to step on you. And Byleth gave in to the darkness, man. She got beat by Isabelle and now she is Demon Byleth. But Steve wins our free-for-all. So that's fun. Like it was working, man. But I like this comment from Joey. Beheaded. Beheaded. Seriously, that is exactly what happened. I need to do something though. We're gonna have an exhibition match thanks to Joey. Thank you very much, Joey, for the $5. I appreciate that, dude. I mentioned to him, if anybody donates during this stream, we're gonna have an exhibition match between our two heroes and the Queen of Hell, Isabelle, alongside her new right-hand woman. And we're gonna see what team duo will win. And Isabelle will never leave her home turf. She refuses to. She refuses to leave the pits of hell. So we're gonna be messing at her home turf. Cause when she comes up to we won't see her come to we won't see her come to our realm until she's ready to invade. We won't be able to see her until the next tournament arc, in which we will hopefully have our next Smash DLC character on the side of light or the side of darkness. We'll see. I swear, if Doomslayer was the next character, it'd be so perfect. But anyways, we're gonna have an exhibition match thanks to Joey, where we have our two heroes. I don't remember what skin Addie was with the hero. I don't remember what skin she was. I think she was regular. I want to say she was regular. And Demon Byleth is on this side. And the Queen of Hell, Isabelle. And our other hero from our last CPU tourney, Purple Donkey Kong. It's kind of funny. It's Team Red versus Team Purple. It is Team Red versus Team Purple. That's exactly what's going on. So our two heroes from the Realm of Light versus Isabelle and her new right-hand woman for the fate of the world. I need a good track for this. What's a very tension-filled? Ooh. Actually, this is a very... Nah, I want to do it. Screw it. Man, I want a good one, though. I want a good one. Something from Doom? That's what I was thinking. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I'm doing Joey's. I like it. Good call, Joey. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Wait, let me remind myself. Yeah. Okay. The middle of the screen is better in my opinion. I was working, man. Beheaded. Camping is a legit tactic. Steve isn't like a heavy character, so I just missed a giant battle. Dang it. Yes, you did, Hannah. All 8 of the characters faced off. But Joey is letting this happen. This is an exhibition match between our two heroes of the Realm of Light versus the Queen of Hell, Isabelle, and her right-hand woman, Byleth. Here we go. Let us begin. Oops, that was the wrong button.
3, 2, 1, go!
Who will win? The Realm of Light or the Realm of Darkness? I'm such a nerd. I'm such a nerd. Whew. Like, we're still one of the best fights and songs in the game. Oh yeah, that is hands down to me. Like, that was my favorite boss fight in the entire base game, for sure. We already lost a life from Sister, aka Donkey Kong. Sister won as Donkey Kong in a CPU tournament, and Addy won as Hero in another. And now Shadow is on, of course, Shadow as a Shadow is now on the Realm of Dark. It is fighting alongside Isabelle. The Side of Light is losing, dude. They're already 2 songs down. Okay, Isabelle lost a life. Lesbos, why do you think we're here, Keeps? Because you're a nerd. Well, I'm glad. I am happy to be one. Donkey Kong is already about to die! Dude. So this is kind of cool, actually, because these are the 3 winning CPUs of our previous tournaments. There we go. They got a stock out of Violet. There you go. Hero let Donkey Kong take a life. They're both on their last stock. Donkey Kong took a life out of you, and he spikes Violet. He spikes Violet. Isabelle lost a life. That's it. Everybody's got 1 life now. It could be anybody's game. The tension is on, dude. It's a good thing DK took that life. If he didn't, then it would have been bad. That was a good call. But they have to take out somebody. This is bad. This is...
No hesitation.
We're dead. They beat the exhibition. They beat the freaking exhibition. Oh no. It's not looking good for DK in here. Hannah Evil has won again. Dude. They won that freaking exhibition, dude. Joey, DK, you freaking suck. No, that was a good play for him to take that life, because if he didn't, they would have had a chance. Oh, Dragon, the Realm of Light stands no chance. Dude, they set the bar. They just intimidated us, and now, like, now we're all super intimidated on who the hell's gonna be our reps when our 2 heroes get beat by Isabelle and their new general. This is actually a good screenshot, actually, by the way. Like, I love how her right-hand woman, just looks like a boss. That is pretty cool. You like how that theme just always comes on when Isabelle just... Oh god, bow down to the besties. Bow down to the besties. That's okay. This is officially like our, yeah, the besties. The new besties until Doom Guy shows up. I cannot tell you if at the Game Awards, if just for some reason they announce Doom Guy as the next character in Smash, it is going to be so perfect for the next CPU tourney. I will legitimately wait for the next CPU tourney if Doom Guy is the next character. I will wait, dude, because it is going to be so perfect. Oh my god. Shadow, are you guys not entertained? Pod looks so serious. Meanwhile, Isabelle is a bored goddess. Neither of them died either. Neither of them died. Come on, I'm just happy for characters for the standalone story, or for the story alone. Brady, what's the name of this track? That's it. O Fortuna, classic. It's a very, yeah, it's O Fortuna. For like Isabel's theme, you mean? Yeah. Shadow, we use our shadow power to defeat the light. Yeah, Shadow is officially now our rep for like the dark side, so and that's perfect because his name is Shadow, so oh boy. But Sister Girl and Addy, that's why we lost. It's because Sister Girl and Addy aren't here, and like their CPUs couldn't connect with their wielders, so that's why we lost. So we're gonna need to make sure Sister Girl, Addy are here next time, because if Shadow's here, then we're in trouble, because his CPU is gonna resonate. Did I ever mention I'm a freaking nerd? Man, that Bile Spirit Axe, that always, yeah. Announce Sora and Doomslayer. Okay, Sora would be good too. Either Sora or Doomslayer would be perfect, because like Sora would be like the realm of light, you know, and Doomslayer would be like the demon slayer. So either one of them would be perfect to be in the next CPU tourney. I like how I just want my next character to be based off of these CPU tourneys and has nothing to do with like who I actually want. It's like I just want it for the CPU tourney. Like that's the only basis. Oh, good God. And Byleth killed 5 times. Isabel didn't even do anything. She just let Byleth do everything. She let her right-hand man do all the work. Byleth killed 5 times. Oh my God. Welp. This is our... I'm actually going to screenshot this too. I need to remind myself of story details, man. Isabel has a right-hand woman. She's ready to invade. Now all she needs to do is prepare. Welp. Any hoozle. For the rest of the stream, I would like to kind of just chill and talk about Smash as well, because this is part 2 of my Smash Ultimate celebrations. So I would like to talk Smash for like the next few minutes if you're willing. I mean, I can hit other stuff too. I'm down. But yeah, this was to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of one of my favorite games of all time. Completely. I freaking adore this game. And yeah. Speaking of which, point, sounds, music. There's definitely, there's definitely going to be, okay, in the Dark Tournament, I'm going to give you a slight spoiler. There is going to be a rep that is a complete, like not on either side. He is going to be like very, like if he wins, it's both good and bad. And that character has to do with, this theme. So we'll see. But anyways, I'm beat, man. That was fun. But legitimately though, congratulations to Byleth for winning the CPU tourney. That was awesome stuff. I'm sad to see her converted, but honestly, I'm also happy because she's now in her like sexiest outfit in the game, so that's cool. Nike Boy, quick question. If they did Sora, I know he would have different outfits over the series, but one should be Roxas. What's the question exactly? Are you saying if I agree? No, I don't think, personally, I think every outfit should be Sora. I don't think there should be like a Roxas and then a Xion and well, really just those two. But no, I wouldn't want to see any other thingies because I associate a lot more, like I associate Roxas having different fighting style than Sora. He uses a lot more like light abilities that like Sora doesn't use, and he's more frequent to dual wielding and stuff. And then Xion fights a lot more like Sora, but she has her own version of light as well. So I think there's just so many outfits for Sora, like between all of his drive forms. Like, yeah, there's plenty of outfits for Sora that I don't feel like there's a need for him to have one outfit be Roxas. Now, for a spirit battle, Roxas. Yep. Joey, imagine if Isabel got KO'd but Byleth won. Hell would have a new ruler. I don't think I would claim that, but could be. That could potentially be a thing. I don't know, man. It's gonna take something significant for Isabel to get dethroned as the ruler. Now, if Byleth won that match against Isabel, my actual plan was to have her take over. That would have been okay, that wasn't actually my plan, but that would have been a good story arc. Is if she beat Isabel, then she would be the new ruler, and she'd just be like the new, like, true step on me person. Shadow, I like the last combo they did at the end. It was perfect. That was a really good combo, I have to admit. That was good. Nike, oh, I want the anti-hero. Yeah, Sans is definitely going to be in the tournament, and he's going to be an anti-hero. I'm going to give that spoiler. Sans is going to be the anti-hero of the tournament. The song that physically can't be bad. What? Raw Dog, this game came out on my birthday, and I was so excited. Dude, and that's rad. I can't imagine having a better birthday than have Smash Bros. Coming out on the same day, man. It's freaking dope. Happy birthday, by the way, Raw Dog. Again, like I said, good to see you, man. I missed you. Yeah, man, it's crazy to think that this game's been out for 2 years. And quick plug-in before people start like transitioning out. This Saturday, I am supposed to have a CPU tourney with to conclude the celebrations for the 2-year anniversary of Smash Ultimate. I still want to do it. But we're gonna have a Smash Bros tourney between me and a bunch of other YouTubers. This is specifically the list of people I've been in contact with. I reached out to everybody, but the Reds are folks that kind of basically opted out for whatever reason. They have another obligation or they don't feel like it. The Yellows I'm in talks with. They might be able to make it. And all the Greens said that they are down to come. So far, that is Up Smash, who has a great series, by the way, Smash House. Quest Mode, who you've seen on the channel before a few times. Maruzukage, Just Jess, who is awesome. DB Geek. DB Geek's definitely the biggest person that should be in it. Captain Kid, who you saw in the finals of the last tournament. And Black Critic Guy. He claims he's coming. He was supposed to come to the last one and was a no-show. So we'll see. And I forgot our champion, Jaden 8602 or something like that. He's supposed to be in as well, who was the one that won it last time. So yeah, if you want to see all of us get in a Smash tourney for the final like conclusion of the 2-year anniversary celebrations, we're also going to be raising some money for a charitable cause in the theme of Thanksmas. Thanksmas, is that what it's called? Yeah, Thanksmas. We're gonna try to raise some charitable money. So this Saturday, have some fun with us with that for the conclusion to all these celebrations, and also for some good cause charity raising. So just FYI on that. Where did my stuff go? Megalovania's bop. Joey, a Roxas costume would be odd since Roxas has his own moveset. That's what I feel like, Joey. Like, I don't want just the outfit for the sake of the outfit. I want, like, Roxas would have to be extremely identical to Sora, and I personally don't feel like that is the case. Brady, if Sora joined Smash, it definitely wouldn't be until next year when Square announced the next game. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. Banjo-Kazooie, nothing relevant going on for Banjo, but he got announced. Terry Bogart, nothing relevant going on for SNK right now, but he got announced. ARMS, last game was 2 years ago, and that's a first-party Nintendo thing, but why did they put it in? Who knows? Byleth is the only one that had something somewhat exceptional, you know, because they had their DLC shortly following. Joker had, like, some previous hype to follow up, and, you know, there's more coming. But yeah, Banjo Terry and Arms, there was no relevancy or any reason for them. So I wouldn't say Sora requires a game to be coming out anytime soon to be in. Sora is one of the most demanded characters. So if he's in, it's purely because of demand. It's purely because of demand, and Nintendo thought people will buy this. So Sora would be potentially the next Banjo-Kazooie, basically. Banjo-Kazooie would not made it in this game if it wasn't for the hardcore, like, demand for him, so. That's so awesome, Raw Dog, by the way. I'm seeing, like, him share his birthday experience. Hannah, Just Jess channel is awesome. She's so awesome, man, like, she just has such infectious energy. That's the way I always put it. Like, Just Jess has such damn infectious energy, and I'm especially looking forward to having her back, because she wanted to be a part of this again after the last one. She was so damn, she had a blast, and yeah, so I'm excited to get her back. She's all aboard, so yeah. Nike, if Sora joins, I want anti-form so I can form my Heartless army. Everyone he kills becomes a Heartless. I think that'd be a decent skin. It could be like Enderman, you know, where it's like Sora, but unfortunately, he's not gonna play like an anti-form, but it's like, it'll be very much like the Kingdom Hearts 1 Shadow version, you know? Maybe, I don't know. Dragon Arms was 3 years ago, lol. Exactly. Joey, anti-form when Sora goes over 100%. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Raw Dog, we need Chief to promote Halo Infinite. Chief ain't happening, man. The reason I say that is because, we already got a Microsoft rep in the first pass and this pass. So yeah, I don't see Chief making his way in, dude. Brady Keebs and Just Jess should just date. That was terrible. Okay, that was better. I mean, I'm down. But yeah, Raw Dog, Chief in Smash. I would love it if you watched my video of like the 5 characters I want most. He's like my number 3. I totally would love it, but I just don't picture it at all because Banjo got into the first pass and now Minecraft made it into the second pass. So it's like, we already got 2 Microsoft reps. I wouldn't want to like take away from any other publisher. So, yeah, but anything could happen. If Chief was in, I would want him to be last. Because his tagline needs to be, Chief finishes the fight. As the last character in the pack, Chief finishes the fight? That's so perfect. But anyways, but yeah, Chief might be the final character. It just makes sense. It's possible, I'm just not expecting it in the slightest. But to kind of reflect on the past 2 years of Smash Ultimate, I would like to ask, what is one of your favorite things about this game? What is one of your favorite things about this game? Like really specifically. So like my example, like everybody's wanting to say the roster, you know, the roster, but put aside the roster, like a specific feature or a mode or a new thing introduced or being able to like access all the soundtracks or maybe something about the soundtracks. My favorite thing is hands down Squad Strike. I love Squad Strike and I wish so badly it was a part of the online multiplayer so much. I love Squad Strike, but what can you do? Hannah, oh, does Keebs have a crush? Yeah, Hannah. There was 2 meetings behind that. Dragon says the music. The music, man, they went above and beyond with the music, I have to say. They went pretty damn far with the music. Nike, sadly my favorite thing was in Brawl. The story mode was my favorite thing, but that is not coming back. Hey, you're right, you know, like with the cutscenes and stuff, but I really did like adventure mode. If you did not finish adventure mode, boy, the ending to the game, oh my God. I cannot believe, please nobody spoil it. Nobody spoil in this chat. I can't believe I didn't beat adventure mode until like a year later, or World of Light, specifically World of Light. I can't believe I didn't beat that shit until like a year later, and I did not get the ending spoiled. I did not get that spoiled. And if you beat it, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you beat it. And I can't believe I never got that spoiled. And that was such a pleasant surprise, because when I got to that point, I was like, legitimately, I almost wanted to cry out of like the hype levels that was happening, dude. It was... If you beat it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm not gonna say it, but man, because again, being in complete surprise, it made it like all the more insane. So yeah, dream come true. But anyways, but yeah, I like World of Light. I thought it was fun. Don't play it on hard. Oh, don't play it on hard. That's what I did. That was way too long. Way too long. But yeah, like Joey's, he wished for Subspace 2, and I wanted that too, but World of Light was a cool, like, thing to do on the go, so. Dragon's disappointed by the DLC music. I'm not too much. I think the Banjo-Kazooie one was probably the most disappointing. I don't know. I'm personally not, but I can get it. Look, Terry's was insane. Joker's was fine, I think. Having a good, solid, like, 11 songs, that was good. Everyone else, I'm okay with. Raw Dog, Squad Strike is amazing. You can turn the tide with Squad Strike. I love Squad Strike, dude. I freaking love, I have always wanted, like, that best of 3 mode instead of you just doing it on your own. Smashdown, I love Smashdown as well. Smashdown is a great time. Dragon, beating World Light in 2 weeks, dude. Not on hard. I can't do that shit on hard, man. And that must have been a painful experience too, because I can't imagine grinding through that for 2 weeks. It's too much to do at once. It's too much. But that's why I like it, you know? Like you legitimately have all these different levels to go through, and you get to fight all these different representations of characters. I thought it was cool. I really did. And I love the spirits too. The spirits are really cool. We're always talking about like the DLCs and the characters added and stuff, but I want to like recognize there's so much more about this game that like is to be celebrated than just the roster. I know the roster is the cool thing to talk about, but there's so much that goes into this game that isn't just about the characters. Between the spirits, the adventure mode, the amount of music, representing certain things through the Mii outfits, which is outstanding. Having these playlists that you can do, the amount of stages as well, bringing everything back from the previous games. There's just a lot, man. There's just a lot. Brady, I don't think I finished World of Light. Brady, it's I wouldn't say make it a priority, because like, again, World of Light, it's neat, you know, it's not the reason you're gonna go to this game, but it's like neat if you're on the go and want something to do, and just an excuse to kind of play Smash Bros on your own. It's neat, but telling you, man, there's some cool moments in it. There is some cool moments. Pauline is the worst spirit. I hated Pauline so much, dude. Joey, Lifelight is straight fire. It is. It's good. Shout out, my favorite thing about Smash was the online mode and the DLC characters they put in the game. Yeah, Shadow, I went through the game. I went through World of Light on hard, like you're trying, man, and it's don't do that on hard. Well, like, if you already started the journey, then go for it. But, like, if I could go back to my previous self, I would tell him, like, dude, do not do this game on hard. I'm telling ya, it's too much. Joey, I I'm glad the Miis weren't forgotten. Yeah, and the Mii fighters, man, they bring something nice to the table. Brady, I'm on the final boss. I just never finished. You're on the final boss but never finished. Who does that? What the frick? Steffi's still amazed that Sans made it in as a Mii outfit. Dude, Sans as a Mii outfit was the bomb. Like, I freaking love that shit so much. Yeah, that was awesome. But anyhoozle. Yeah, Sans being in any way, shape, or form is so damn cool. I love the indie reps. Like, they really included indie stuff in this, whether it's a music, whether it's a Mii outfit. Like, I love the indie representation. Nike Boy, a Mii tournament would be nice. That is something we should do at some point. I don't remember why I did that. Yeah, Sans blew up the entire internet. Oh, yeah, dude. You see... Sans reaction, actually, let's just straight up make this like a, we're just straight up gonna make this like a celebration stream. Sans reaction, like, I love the Nintendo eShop reactions, not the Nintendo eShop, but the reactions from the Nintendo New York shop. I love that, man. Nintendo shop Sans reaction. Dude, it's so funny because everybody's just like, oh yeah, that's cool, oh yeah, that's cool, and then all of a sudden when they see Sans, it's like completely different. Where the frick? Which is funny because I actually recognize this game. I do. This freaking Mystical Ninja, I actually played that shit back in the day. But, like, this is kind of how they're just, like, hanging out, you know, this whole time. They have a little bit of a reaction, watch. Yeah, that's cool, yeah. Dude, just watch this shift, dude. It's amazing. They react as hard as Banjo. They react as hard as Banjo. Care more about Sans, and they did. Yeah, people cared more about Sans than they did Terry. That's correct. That is pretty correct. Okay, that's good. Yep. And here it is. They're just so happy, dude. Like, Sans, like... it's just, like, it's so, like, even if he's not a main character, it's just, like, to see this insanely cult indie game represented, like, it was just neat. It was just really neat to see, like, Undertale freaking make it in, and look at how exploding people are getting. They really did care more about Sans than Terry, and that was funny. I guess which characters do you think everyone will go crazy about the most, if they were revealed? Sora. I see Sora and Crash. I feel like I see the most in terms of, like, the mainstream side of things, but peeps are gonna, like, I would say peeps would, like, the hardcore Smash community, they need to see Geno. They need to see Geno, and if they see Geno, then it's like the prophecy has been fulfilled, and the world will become anew again. That's how Geno will work, in my opinion. Joey, people are hugging and stuff. It's so freaking wholesome, dude. Don't underestimate people's love for Undertale, man. Do not underestimate people's love for Undertale. Anyways, whatchamacallits, but guys, what am I doing? No. Why can't I come back? Come back, me. Where did I go? Where's my screen? There we are. Okay, back. But I'm gonna leave you guys off. I'm gonna go for a walk and take a little breather as I spend the next 3 hours editing. But before I go, I am going to let you watch what is one of my favorite videos. And if you want to leave, you can. But I'm gonna leave you with this. QBG Smash Journey. To celebrate the release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, this is probably my favorite video. One of my favorite videos I've done in terms of like discussions. So I am going to go for a walk and leave you with this if you feel like watching it. I thank you so much for your time, and I love freaking Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and it being a thing.
So Super Smash Bros.
Don't forget to be Geek Proud Awesome and enjoy the video of me and my friends talking about why we love Super Smash Bros. As a whole.
So Super Smash Bros. Is one of the most well-acclaimed multiplayers in the gaming industry. The games continue to get featured at competitive tournaments like EVO, as well as keep setting sales records for Nintendo. And Ultimate has continued this trend for the Switch, as well as became one of the most talked about games of E3. So how did this all happen? In this video, I get a few guys together to talk about how did all these things come to be and why is Ultimate such a hyped game. We're gonna do that in this video, coming up. Today, I got 3 of my best Smash Bros with me.
Hello.
But no, legit, these are my 3 like best Smash Bros buddies that I like to play the games with. My buddy here, Damon, we grew up playing Brawl a lot. We're roomies, and Michael and Caleb here are 2 big Nintendo vets. And the 4 of us, we get together for Smash Days all the time and grew up with the game. I wanted to build up Smash Ultimate by going over, you know, just why. Why did this franchise become so popular? I thought it'd be a good idea to discover that through sharing memories that we've had with this franchise and reminiscing of Smash. Sound good?
Yeah. Sounds great.
First off, the beginning. The 64.
A shared thing I think we can all remember, and kind of what helped build up the hype for the original Smash, was the commercial. The live action commercial with me and you.
I forgot about that.
How did you forget?
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice.
Everybody in the suits, out in the field, having a good time, then hell breaks loose.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo.
There's a point where somebody get whacked with a hammer and they're flying overhead. Pikachu's just like, oh.
That commercial to this day is like one of my all-time favorite commercials. Like, even like by today's standards, it's like one of the best ads that's ever been produced. Okay, so Smash 64, when that game came out, the only characters I knew personally were like Mario and Pikachu. Like those were the only 2, and Donkey Kong also.
Yeah.
And so when that game came out, I didn't know who the fuck Samus was. I didn't know that Samus was a girl.
Guilty. Yeah. That's what I made. I'm guilty of that.
Didn't know who Captain Falcon was. Like, there's so many characters in that game. I had no idea who they were. I just knew that my favorite character, Mario, was just beating other people up. And I thought that was cool when I was a little kid. There's something about that concept that even as a kid, like, I knew like this was going to be something really cool.
Yeah, and being introduced to all these characters.
Yeah.
Which the franchise continues to do.
I don't think I ever knew what like crossovers were.
Right. Yeah, that was like our first introduction to crossover.
Yeah, that was our first time that like we've had characters from a bunch of different games that we liked as kids like coming together in one game.
Yeah.
It was like kind of what Marvel was doing for the movie scene with the MCU.
Yeah.
It was the first time we saw that in any kind of entertainment from what I remember.
For me, both Mario Party but also Super Smash Brothers was the way that I actually got to bond with people. That's definitely the thing that I take away from 64. I thought of the box art because I love the box art actually for 64.
Yeah.
But you know, I would get that's the way that me and my cousin Jesse, like, we actually started bonding a lot more through Smash, and it was like that's how I got to bond with my cousin Jesse. That's how I got to like hang out with some friends growing up. Like that's what 64 initially started. And these are things like I think your and I's like that. Those are things that continued. Yeah. But 64 was like the introduction to a great hangout thing to do.
I mean, from my personal experience from playing 64 is comparing to other fighting games. When I lose in fighting games, I get really mad. But in Super Smash Brothers, for some reason, when I lose, I am perfectly.
It's almost fun to lose.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like fine. Like it's not like 2 rounds and you have to like wait 5 minutes to play again. It's just like kind of just. Yeah, it's a good pace.
Yeah.
And also another memory is me playing with my controller, and my stick would always be loose, and I'd always have to
That's bullshit. No one's loose.
Played too much Mario Party 1 back in the day. Though.
Yeah, for real.
So next up was Melee. And fun fact, when I was like researching this discussion on what we do, one of the top queries for Smash Bros is, why is Melee so popular? Melee was the top selling GameCube game. It was the most sold GameCube game. And so, just to our, like, that's
Fun fact, also one of the most rushed.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, because
Yeah.
2 years later.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Just 2 years later, yeah.
Most of my like Melee memories are gonna be mostly about all competitive stuff and just.
I was gonna say, you shared a lot about the competitive stuff.
Oh yeah, like if we want to talk any bit about like what the scene is like in Melee and how that kind of like affects gaming on the whole, because it's still crazy to think about. This game is 17 years old plus, or I don't even know how old it is now. Last time I checked, it was like 17 years old, but
Yeah.
it's still such a huge part of gaming on general. You look over at fighting games, you look at Evo, like you were talking about in the intro, Melee's still there.
Yeah, it
Melee's still there along with Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
It's still there with Dragon Ball
Something
FighterZ.
like
It's-
4 or 3 generations ago still being played.
It's become a staple.
It's still the prominent, like
Yeah.
one of the most prominent fighting games of all time. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think of how like it's still played competitively to this day.
My big memory with Melee, it was nice to see the growing roster. The roster massively expanded, and there was events finally. I loved going through event mode in Melee, and I got so excited in, I feel like it's the final event, but I was like working my way with Falco, and I was kicking ass. And then like the final event, it's just like Giga Bowser.
Yeah, the
And
final-
I was like, what?
The final event
What?
is crazy, and you have to
Dude.
fight Mewtwo and Ganondorf
Yes.
like on top of Giga Bowser.
Yeah.
Like,
But like event mode in itself was so much fun to me, but like
Sure,
as
yeah.
a specific as hell moment, like I love being like, all right, Falco, you and me, boy, we've gone this far. Like, Melee Falco was my main, but like that was a moment that I was like super hyped about. I think I remember I was like at my grandparents' house or something. Like, I was hyped for that moment.
other than the first time that I ever saw the box art for Melee, which I thought was fucking badass, like even as a little kid, like
Yeah.
before I understood the concept of badass, like I thought that was badass. But like maybe my second favorite thing about that game was just the way that they had you unlock characters.
Yes, that game was fun.
Except Mewtwo. Mewtwo, you had to play for like 20 hours.
Yeah, that's
You had to have 20 hours of Smash time. So 20 hours in like versus mode.
Specifically.
Specifically. So what I would do to unlock Mewtwo is I would turn my GameCube on and make the rules an endless Smash, like no
my
time limit,
gosh.
infinite lives, and I would just leave my GameCube on and go to bed, and then I would go to school the next day, and it would still be running at home. And I'd come home and yep, Mewtwo's unlocked.
Oh my gosh. Talking about Smash Brothers compared to you guys, it's like I'm homeschooled. Because only thing, my scope is just within the game. There's nothing outside the game. So anything I have to talk about would be like, I main Pikachu and Link, and that's pretty much it. And how they change over the years, and that's
They're still there.
they're there, yeah.
We're
but-
still there.
So next up is, at the time, Super Smash Bros. Brawl became the fastest selling title for Nintendo at the time. And Melee probably influenced that, honestly.
Yeah,
So-
and because of Melee, it also made it one of the most hated Smash Brothers of all time.
Right!
If not the most hated.
Damn you, Melee.
Pretty good point. Once again, it's between two things, but I'm just gonna say Subspace. Like, Subspace was the thing. Was that yours?
Yeah, it was mine.
I knew it! Okay,
mine.
no, you elaborate on that then, because then I'll go with my other thing then.
Okay, so before the game came out, there was the build-up to the launch of the game, which was the Smash Bros. Dojo. It's, you remember on that website, that Sakurai, he would put an update for the game every single day. So like, every day I would actually wake up, like before like going to catch my bus to go to school, I would wake up, turn on my computer just to check the Smash Bros. Dojo. There was one day that he revealed Subspace Emissary, and I was fucking floored, like, in excitement. Adventure mode in Melee was okay. It was okay. Yeah. But here we have a whole mode dedicated to like a story with cutscenes.
With cutscenes.
With like my favorite characters like coming together in this like huge, like stupidly cheesy grand spectacle. I just thought it was really cool. It was one of the best additions they've ever made to the franchise, and then it just went away.
Well, one of my favorite things was the discovery of like Smash Balls, because when that shit happened,
God.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Because when they first revealed that, I'm pretty sure in the first reveal, you just see Mario do it. All of a sudden, he gets all flaming, and then, like, oh, is this a new move? He shoots, like, a giant broken spiral dragon style, and I'm just like, what is that? What is that?
They actually showed another one in the reveal. It was Kirby's.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Just the really super quick Mario. Like,
That was a moment where, like, in combination with Subspace, I was like, damn, dude, what's up? What was neat was going to training mode, and you would, like, purposely, like, spend a day, I want to see all these Smash. I want to see all the final Smashes.
Yeah.
Like, that was a fun activity. Or, like, if you unlocked a new character, then it's just like, alright, I need to see what their final Smash is, you know?
I think the Smash Bros. Would be a highlight for me because of all the times when we're playing, we'd have no items, and it comes up, everybody would get really sweaty, and we would just try our best to get it. And it's just, it would just be stressful. And then you can lose it, which is kind of cool. Instead of just having it the whole time, you can lose it and try to fight for it again. Or regain it.
Yeah. Or get mad at the scrub that got knocked out with it and then just made it
Oh
disappear.
yeah.
So obviously the biggest like reveal that anybody could say, like there was Subspace, there was Final Smashes, but the OG, the first third-party character ever come in Smash was my boy Snake.
スネーク、忙しいところすまないが、ビッグニュースだ。
For real though.
What?
That trailer when
Colonel?
when the Kodak
What
man-
the fuck is the Colonel doing here, Snake?
Everyone went fucking nuts. Like when that shit happened. That kind of paved the way for more crazy ass characters to get thrown into the game.
Both Sonic and Snake was really, like...
They paved the way. Like they were the
Third parties could
pioneers.
be in this game.
They were the third party
exactly.
pioneers for Smash Bros.
Yeah, totally.
Like, and that was so fucking cool. Like,
Yeah. but that was the thing, because, like, Sonic, you could picture that.
Yeah,
But
oh yeah.
Snake being in it's like, dude, anything about
Yeah, Snake at the time was Cloud in Smash 4.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that.
Which leads to...
Segue!
Perfect transition! Similar to Brawl, but not like of all time, the Smash Wii U became the fastest selling Wii U title, which isn't necessarily a big thing to brag about,
I know,
because Wii U titles didn't...
It's a very low bar. It's a
Yeah.
very low bar.
But that's kind of the point here with all these fun facts, is that Smash just continues to be like the big seller for each console.
Yes.
Like, I have friends that are buying a Switch because of Ultimate and stuff, and I think that's what happened with the Wii U. I bought the Wii U for Smash.
I think my all-time favorite thing about Smash 4 in its whole life cycle was when DLC started coming out, because there are some crazy reveals, and you should have seen me the day that Cloud Strife
There is a
got
video.
fucking revealed.
There is a video.
I have a reaction video to this.
This isn't happening. I refuse to believe that this is real. But here it is, happening right in front of me. Holy shit!
That's what I was thinking. That's legitimately, I'm like, I swear if Michael doesn't say the reveal of Cloud during this, I will be shocked.
That character is one of the biggest like never-evers of like all time.
I wanted to buy the Wii U for Smash Brothers, but I wasn't too sure if I was gonna be playing it as much as I thought. So I used you as my gateway to play Smash Bros.
It's true. Well, we both used our buddy Walker. At first,
yeah.
And then I got one.
That's when we started playing the tournaments, and I've never been so sweaty during tournaments in my life. Like, I played football, I played soccer, I played baseball, but for some reasons, playing Smash Brothers is definitely like pulling another cardio, I guess. I don't know.
It's like pulling another cardio.
Yeah, it's just.
I think it's actually one of the Smash Day videos. I have the perfect like one line for describing Damon at Smash Day. It's just
Damon's gonna lose. No, Damon. I just looked up at his face. He's fucking straight.
Our Smash Days get very heated.
I was gonna
Very
say,
heated.
like, yeah, my specific memory with that was the Smash Days. We have these things called Smash Days where I started up because I liked the idea of like having some regular event or something, just whatever, to get a bunch of people together, whether they know each other or not, and just play Smash. Honestly, I think that's really how I befriended the two of you at the beginning.
It's one of the key reasons why like we are as good friends as we are right now.
Yeah,
it's actually my story. It's actually what I was going to talk about.
One of the reasons this video is happening is the four of us are the winners of every Smash Day. Caleb's got 3, Michael's got 2, me and Damon got 1 win out of 7 tournaments.
You say 3?
You said 3?
The last Smash Day, it was me and Caleb in the final round, damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking close, but he got it, so yeah. It's a good thing I didn't, though, because then it would have been 2-2-2-1.
Now that I think about it, having Smash Days, the reason why we have them so spaced apart is because it's unhealthy. It is so unhealthy.
It takes minutes off our lifespans.
It does.
Oh my god! He's doing it!
I think it was the second one or third one where I lost in the first round. Oh, it was
against me.
It was so bad. I was so like my cat just died in the blender. And I didn't.
Smash Days and Smash 4 in general is how I was able to connect not just to you, but connect to Damon, connect to Dom, connect to Ben, like to connect to everybody that came to friggin' Smash Days.
Yeah.
Like group play sessions. I never really grew up with that. So finally kind of like sitting down and experience all this, it's a hell of a lot of fun.
And it makes it easy. Oh, and it makes it easy too because they added 8-player.
That's the reason why Smash Days exists.
Yeah, 8-player Smash is like the sole reason Smash Day exists.
Yeah.
Smash Bros. 4 is one of the greatest icebreakers of all time.
Yes.
It brings people from like all walks of life. Like, maybe in high school they were like separate like types of groups of people. We all graduated and then we decided, or I guess Tony decided to do Smash Days. And then all these people that I never once thought I would ever hang out with in my entire life, all of a sudden, all of us were in one room having a good time with a good game.
Like, even just going through all those reasons, like all those memories, it kind of shows right there, like, why would people be excited for Ultimate? Like, why would so many people rally to this, like, setting these fastest selling records? Why are people out there buying Switches now? And I think, like, all those reasons carry on into Ultimate.
Absolutely.
I would say so, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There's a lot of things about Ultimate that's great. Of everything you've seen or know of all the directs, what is your favorite thing introduced? Like, whether it's a new rule, whether it's changing things, whether there's a certain new thing to online.
I'm so hyped that Stamina Battle is a part of the main rule set. Because I'm a big fighting game fan too, so it's like the concept of playing Smash like a fighting game, like Ryu's whole arcade or like classic mode run where it's all stamina battles and everything. I freaking love that concept. So it's like being able to have Smash play kind of like a traditional fighter. It's
the one thing that I can't wait for is the stage morph, honestly, because I believe what you can do is you can put the duration of each stage, and if we have like 8 stock lives and we don't have to be on the same level, each one can be about 2 minutes. I'm not sure how long that is, like actually playing the game, but I think stage morph would probably be pretty exciting, and you can select what stages you can have next, so I can get more intense as
with the tons of stages there is.
And like unlike Smash 4, all of them are available now.
Yes, all of them.
Similar to Caleb, I'm so goddamn stoked about freaking Squad Striker, Squad Battle, whatever it's called.
Squad Strike!
I am so goddamn pumped. There's literally, it's on my channel. When I saw that shit, I was like, this is it!
This is it!
we've added in Squad Strike.
Yes, this is it.
It's a 5-on-5.
Because whenever we have Smash Days, that's what I try to do. I try to get a crew battle going, or when me and Damon play, like we always like okay, let's pick our team of 3 or pick our team of 5, whoever wins the most rounds, like so on. And now that's just a mode, just like Stan. Like now it's just a rule. That's a mode that you could just put on. And you could do that with friends too. You could do that with friends and make your teams as if we had a Smash Day and we had 3 to 5 people. Boom! There you go. I love that. I'm ecstatic for Squad Strike, even though it should be called Crew Battle. Because that's even what the Smash community would say about it when they reacted to it. They're like, Crew Battle's in this?
You gotta Nintendo-fy a little bit.
Yeah. Remember, they're not clones, they're echoes.
Yeah. My thing is World of Light. So Subspace Emissary was my favorite mode in Brawl. World of Light, while not quite the same, it elicits those same feelings.
And that's a full circle, because that's what you said earlier.
Exactly. So I was like, this is what I wanted. I didn't want like a carbon copy of Subspace. I'll go on record saying I wanted Subspace 2. But I knew that was never gonna happen. Our character's voice acting, master hands, just Sakurai's just killing off everybody. And then that fucking song started playing, and I live for that shit.
Yeah, the moment the lyrics dropped, his eyes lit up. He was like, "This is the greatest thing."
I live for the cheese. Even the content of the mode, as far as I can tell, it's a lot of spirit battles, but that's cool to me because the spirit mode looks cool. It looks like event matches mixed with customs. But like that's cool to me because event matches were like the best part about Melee.
Yeah.
And with this huge ass roster of characters in a mode like that, I'm gonna spend a ton of my time in that mode.
And I think, universally the everyone is here thing is kind of like the universal that's what everybody's stuff.
Wolf is back in the game. Wolf is back in the game.
We want to know, what are you excited most about Ultimate, and what's one of your favorite memories in the past? What's share a memory of yours, share your story. I'd love to hear that, and maybe these guys will actually see comments, And without further ado, intro picture.
What? You know what's funny? Actually, when I was talking about the tournament, I was actually getting sweaty. I'm not gonna lie.